WPSD Local 6, your breaking news and weather authority. This is Local 6 Today in high definition.
It is 5:01. Thanks for starting your, what is this, Thursday?
It's Thursday, August 2nd.
It is. We've been talking all week about that bright moon. The sun will be up soon, so run out and look at it real quick because it's bigger and brighter right now than it's been all week.
Is it the full moon yet?
It's full.
It's the full moon.
It's bright, big, full, beautiful.
All right, here's John Champion. I guess you saw the full moon this morning.
Yeah, we've almost been doing daily updates on
the moon.
When we're getting to the full moon.
Well, taking a look at what's new this morning, the top U.S. commander in Afghanistan is heading to Pakistan this morning. General John Allen is meeting with Pakistan's army chief to discuss coordination of forces at the Pakistan-Afghanistan border. Now, this is Allen's first visit since Pakistan ended its 7-month blockade of supplies for NATO troops in Afghanistan. Pakistan closed the route through the country in November in retaliation for American airstrikes that killed 24 Pakistani soldiers. The U.S. says the deaths were accidental and has apologized.
The chair of the House Human Rights Subcommittee says he's working on a bill aimed to protect imprisoned Americans in foreign countries. Representative Chris Smith says his bill would ban travel to the U.S. by the officials from countries where imprisoned Americans are treated unjustly. The legislation is called Justice for Imprisoned Americans Overseas Act, or the Jacobs Law. It's named after Jacob Ostreicher, the New York man currently being held in jail in Bolivia. Representative Smith is currently involved in the efforts to free that man. Turning to what's happening now, the election year fight is officially on between Republicans and Democrats over the Bush-era tax cuts.
And now there is a new Republican bill on the table that counters a Democratic measure.
The Republican-controlled House passed a bill yesterday to extend tax cuts that are due to expire at the end of the year. The vote followed the failure of the Democrats' bill that extended the tax cuts to everyone but the highest-earning Americans.
The Republican measure is expected to die in the Democratic-controlled Senate, but even if it does survive, President Obama has promised to veto the measure.
This impasse threatens a stalemate which could lead to higher payroll deductions for everyone come January.
And new sanctions on Iran are on their way to President Obama this morning for his signature. Yesterday, both the House and the Senate voted yes to sanctions on Iran's energy, shipping, and financial industries.
The legislation builds on the current penalties directed at financial institutions that do business with Iran's central bank. Lawmakers argue that increasing the economic pressure on Iran will force it to abandon its suspected nuclear weapons program.
And taking a look at what's happening next, Kentucky Agriculture Commissioner James Comer will be in Paducah today.
You can meet and ask him questions from 8:30 to 9:30 this morning at Kirchhoff's Bakery and Deli on South 2nd Street.
You can also catch him at the annual Fancy Farm Picnic this weekend. Comer will be Master of Ceremonies during the political speeches this Saturday.
And our own Marissa Holloway will also be out at the picnic tomorrow morning. She'll have a preview for us.
You know, summer's ending when it gets time for the Fancy Farm Picnic. Well, meanwhile, food prices could surge as much as 4.5% next year as the number of U.S. counties designated as disaster zones keep rising.
The Agriculture Department added more than 200 counties in a dozen states to its list yesterday because of damage and losses caused by this widespread drought. That's more than half of all U.S. counties total.
Now, weather on the 6s.
And take a look here. London's Mayor Boris Johnson really knows how to hang out, literally. He was in London's Victoria Park promoting the Olympics when he decided to give ziplining a try.
Oh, just like us. But as you can see, the line didn't cooperate, and it left the mayor dangling in the air for about 5 minutes until the mayor's staff rescued their boss with a rope. And I'm not saying anything about his weight, but the heavier you are, the more likely that is to happen. So you remember?
That's why I didn't go zip line.
Kinda. I know it didn't happen with any of us.
I don't want to be
The
dangerous.
mayor's spokesman made an Olympics-related joke, telling reporters that judges would have to give Johnson a lower score for a poor artistic impression.
Yeah, the smaller you are, the faster you go, which I don't understand it because you would think gravity would pull someone heavier faster, but I don't know.
It was fun. I know when we
It
did
was fun.
Amtrak wants you to take on an e-ride. London business owners also are feeling Olympic frustration, just not the way you might think.
Plus, Samsung is getting into the music streaming business where they say they can do everything their competitors can do, but in a way you've never seen before. Right now, it's 5:08. You're watching Local 6 Today.
Time is 5:11 on the dot. Topping this morning's consumer alert. If you travel on Amtrak, wherever your travels take you, your ride's now just a barcode away. Effective immediately, e-tickets are available now on every Amtrak train route throughout the nation. E-tickets simplify the process for passengers. No more mailing costs or waiting in line for tickets at the train station. Tickets can now be booked online and sent to your email, or you can just present the barcode from your smartphone or tablet. Samsung is launching a new music streaming app to compete with Spotify and Apple iTunes. Music Hub does what the others can't, combining a cloud music locker, unlimited song streaming, a radio player, and a music store, all for $10 a month. Apple sells songs on iTunes and copies them in a virtual locker on a distant computer server. And Spotify has on-demand access to music and a radio service, but Music Hub does it all with a single app. There's real frustration in London, but not for what you might have guessed. Business owners are expressing their frustration over a lack of Olympic tourists. It seems the massive tourist boom everyone was predicting just isn't happening. Retailers and hotels are reporting only a minimal uptick in business.
Well, with school for some students starting in less than a week, back-to-school shopping is in full swing. The average parent with kids in kindergarten through 12th grades will spend an estimated $688 on back-to-school clothes and supplies this year. Consumer Reports and ShopSmart magazine recommend a little planning before hitting the mall to get more bang for your buck. Take an inventory of what you already have and build your list around that. Buy some basic supplies in bulk to use year-round. Retailers will deeply discount certain items during the back-to-school season. Things like notebooks, folders, and pencils. Stock up on those. Use the web to hunt for sales instead of going store to store. Spoofy puts deals from weekly circulars in one place. Price Grabber and NextTag allow you to compare prices and set up price alerts. And for the biggest share of back-to-school spending, clothing, start small. You don't have to buy everything at once.
And speaking of back-to-school and clothing, on our Facebook fan page, we want to know if you think that dress codes are important for teachers.
For teachers, not just kids, teachers. Well, it has been 2 days since the Fab Five took gold in the gymnastics team all-around competition at the Olympics.
And this morning, the gymnastics world is still flipping out. How they're inspiring a new generation of gymnasts to hit the floor, and why the values that they are learning will help them rise far above uneven bars.
Yeah, we almost did that for our challenge, didn't we? Gymnastics.
God, we
thought about it. We thought about it. Well, Weather Authority John Champion will be in next with your weather on the 6s right now. It's 5:13. You're watching Local 6 Today.
All right, the time now is 5:19, and you're listening to One Time by CNBLUE. The U.S. women's gymnastics team really showed us what it's like to be at the top of the world at the London Olympics, and now they're inspiring young gymnasts here at home to carry their dreams to new heights, and that's in today's Olympics coverage. Athletes at Lakewood Gymnastics in Paducah spent countless hours in training, but thanks to the Fab Five's accomplishment, they have something else to keep them going, a little inspiration. Local athletes say the 5 teens have taught them motivation, dedication, and hard work.
You know, every Olympic year, gymnastics gets a big boost, and I think just with the extra excitement of a gold medal, I hope it brings a lot more positive attention. Not that there's negative attention, but just a lot more positivity and excitement about the sport of gymnastics.
Well, tonight, Gabby Douglas and Allie Reisman will compete in the women's gymnastics individual all-around competition, and you can watch the event right here on WPSD Local 6. That starts at 7 o'clock. And don't forget to check out WPSD's Olympic Zone site. You can keep track of all the latest on the Fab Five, as well as the other U.S. team athletes. To get there, head to our web channel, WPSDLocal6.com, and click on the Olympic Zone tab at the top of the page.
Your breaking news and weather authority with Mike Mallory, Johnette Warwick, Marissa Hollowed, and weather authority John Champion. You're watching Local 6 Today in high definition.
It is 5:30. Thanks for starting your Thursday off with us. Day 6 of the Olympics coming your way.
And it's exciting. You know, they're preempting Days of Our Lives, the soap opera. But it's a soap opera in and of itself. We've got cheaters, we've got judges cheating, we've got badminton players
thrown out
for
throwing
sandbagging,
they
basically.
were throwing a match or matches in order to get a better place in the next round, and they got thrown out.
Isn't that interesting? So anyway, there's all kinds of exciting things. It's not just competition, it's drama.
It's always that way with the Olympics.
We have John Champion here.
To what's new this morning, the defense team in Drew Peterson's murder trial has until this morning to rethink declaring a mistrial.
A legal drama erupted yesterday after a state witness let slip testimony that defense lawyers claim irreparably tainted the jurors.
In response, the judge adjourned the trial early and delayed a decision on declaring a mistrial. With jurors out of the room, Judge Edward Burmilla blasted prosecutors.
Peterson is accused of killing his third wife, Kathleen Savio, but he wasn't charged until his fourth wife disappeared.
Here's what's happening next. A demonstration by people supporting gay marriage groups is expected tomorrow at Chick-fil-A restaurants nationwide.
It's all in reaction to yesterday's National Chick-fil-A Appreciation Day, which showed support for the company CEO's stance against gay marriage. Now, Marissa Holloway has more on the controversy that also fired up residents in our area.
Good morning, Johnette and Mike. The controversy all started when Chick-fil-A President Dan Cathy told the Christian magazine he supported a, quote, biblical definition of the family unit. The company financially supports a philanthropy group called WinShape that has donated millions of dollars to groups that actively lobby against gay marriage. That outraged some same-sex marriage advocates who called for a boycott of the restaurant, a boycott that then outraged opponents of same-sex marriage who called for yesterday's show of support for the company. This was the scene at Chick-fil-A on Hinkville Road in Paducah yesterday. Thousands of people flocked to the fast food chain in our area to show support of its president's anti-same-sex marriage stance. Now, cars wrapped around the building, and at times they reached all the way out onto the main road, Hinkville Road there. The line of people also went out the door and down the side of the building. The long lines, you can see them there, and longer wait times didn't seem to turn people away.
It is my right to choose, where I go, what businesses I frequent, what businesses I choose not to frequent, just as it is everybody else's in this country.
It's our right as Christians, as Americans, to come out and support a company that's been around for a long time, running under the same values.
Now, in response, advocates of same-sex marriage are also speaking out. They say it's important to realize that there is a gay community in our area that disagrees with the restaurant's stance.
There is a very real stigma attached to homosexuality in our country, and particularly in this community. When a CEO of a company stands up against an entire group of people, there just needs to be a rebuttal. There needs to be a counterpoint.
The plans by pro-gay groups for tomorrow include National Same-Sex Kiss Day, and that will be held at Chick-fil-A restaurants nationwide.
Fast food, it's getting so political nowadays, isn't it?
Nothing political or controversial about Super Shredder.
No.
It's back.
It's a good thing.
Later today, they're going to help protect your identity.
We are, and Kyle Mounts is going to be partnered with Data Lock today at Harris Casino in Metropolis from 10 to 5. You can bring up to 50 pounds of your personal documents, and we will shred them free.
If you need more information on other Super Shredder events, you can visit our web channel, click on contests and promotions.
Now, weather on the 6s.
And on our Facebook fan page, we're asking for your thoughts on dress codes for schools, for teachers, not students.
For teachers, do you think there should be one in the first place? We want you to join the conversation. We'll share your thoughts next.
Well, we've been following your comments this morning on whether or not teachers should have dress codes. And here are some of your thoughts. Keep those comments coming, and we'll share some more of your thoughts ahead on Local 6 Today. And here's a look at what's trending on Twitter today. The Twitter sphere is in shock over the latest iPhone rumor. The rumor says the new iPhone, the iPhone 5, would cost $800 when it launches. Tweeters are saying the new phone better live up to that price, including being waterproof and crack-proof. This, of course, is a baseless rumor as of now. So make sure to follow us. We are on Twitter at WPSD Local 6. Mike, Johnette, back to you.
An $800 phone. Oh my goodness. It's just a rumor. It's false. It's not true.
You can get a car for that.
Some cars. I bought a car for that amount before.
It was a while back, yeah. You're watching WPSD Local 6 Today. Weather Authority John Champion's in next with your weather on the 6s.
And then Jen King will have this morning's business.